everybody now on stage in this Game 5. Incredible pressure. And this is just fighting to get to the semifinals. This year is going to be insane.
Let's see how they go about the draft. For the final time today, we're into picks and bans, and Akali and Nocturne will stay out of Summoner's Rift.
KT have been changing up the bans. IG have not, and the analyst desk was talking about this. Double support ban is supreme respect to the side of Mada. So we're waiting to see what the secondary ban on red side will be. So far, it seems like Thresh will not be given up under any circumstance. The Alistar is the one that is potential to move away, but once again, the Rakan ban from KT.
They want to take that out, prevent the ability of IG to go in and say, hey, we're fighting now. But Invictus Gaming will ban out the Aatrox, along with that Ryze banned out from KT. Solo lane focus coming out as KT will first pick the Urgot.
Over Alistar. That is the cost here, is that Urgot is taken and Alistar is up. So IG do engineer a trade, and the Shy has already had a win on Sion. That's usually the pick into this Urgot when we do see something like the Aatrox banned away.
Xayah hovered and locked in along with the Alistar, so bottom lane picked up very early here for IG.
And again, they're daring KT Rolster to go back to the Kai'Sa, which they highly value early on in this series, where they lost game after game and early skirmishing. That may be where Invictus Gaming want to take it again.
Now, in this scenario, something like the Tristana Tahm Kench is available, but doesn't seem to be what KT Rolster are focused on. They will actually pick up the Braum. The ability to block the feathers can be so important into the Xayah. Does lose them some engage, but they'll hold on to their AD carry pick for longer. And gentlemen, I want to just put together one point here. Okay. They haven't taken their AD carry in the first round, and the 3 champions they have taken have very strong AoE control of space. The Swain ultimate throwing out the Never Move, Braum and his ability to throw up an Unbreakable, and Urgot's amazing tankiness. They are desperate for a damage dealer, and Deft in Game 5 has popped off on Sivir before. I think Sivir and some other hyper carries are definitely on the menu for KT.
Well, we'll keep an eye on what they want to do with that one.
Oh.
Kindred will be the final pick of the first half of the draft for IG.
Kobe's just pointing at the screen at the
very
Kindred.
enthralled.
This is actually such an interesting matchup now, because you're picking Kindred into an Urgot and Swain. Typically, Swain, you want to make use of the passive. You pull Kindred out of her ultimate. Urgot ultimate as well. Very effective against the Kindred early on in the game, before things like QSS have been bought. And usually the Kindred will want to try and get the ult on someone else. But KT Rolster already have the means to make this difficult for Ning. And the analyst desk just spent a lot of time talking about him and his champion pool.
But what they have been able to do is go for a comp that rolls through the enemy. Kindred comps are very likely to take over the game early. And then there's a lot of early power for Ning to jungle around. And KT, like we mentioned, are almost telegraphing a hyper carry. So while we've seen a team already today take Kindred and get outscaled, I think they're going super aggressive as KT picking their poison here. The Jinx is definitely a possibility.
Hovering around it for a while, but it will be going up against the Sion that was mentioned earlier, as well as that Kindred not having to deal with the Gragas. Scores Gragas did so much in games 3 and 4, they wanted to keep that one away, and Deft will once again be on Tristana duty.
So what are you safe to pick as your jungle pick into Kindred is an interesting choice for Score. The Gragas finally banned, one of his big legacy picks.
Olaf is a possibility, as is some more burst damage from Taliyah. And there we go. Once again, he will use Taliyah here at Worlds. You have to be very careful. She can put down the E and allow for more damage onto Kindred, trying to dash over it in those little trades can be very annoying.
I look at the Taliyah as the one pick here that can kind of rescue some pretty passive farming early game for KT. The Taliyah holds a lot of power in her kit and can potentially outpath and outplay. But if things don't go her way, we know that Alistar, LeBlanc, Kindred can all really make Taliyah's life hell.
I think those last 2 champions Invictus Gaming hovered over were both very viable champions and viable for them to find a victory here, but very different in the way they're going to play a game. I like that they are actually opting to put this power in Rookie's hands, though. give him the LeBlanc matchup, try and exert some early control over Yukao, and effectively roam again. We saw in the last game, how many times did he roam on Syndra? Now that he's a LeBlanc into a possible Urgot or Swain matchup, they can still, they cannot trade it anymore. Actually, the Urgot is locked in. Those roams will be even more effective because the jungler walking around now, Talia, is easily burstable.
And on the side of KT, the top lane Swain, we've actually seen the Sion matchup before, just go for something like the Kleptomancy and farm up there. We'll see what the rune choice is, but this is the climactic moment. This is the 5th game and the potential reverse sweep. And IG, they look to Rookie to be the big playmaker. I think the equation is still pretty similar though, Kobe. This is all about crushing that first 15 minutes and just getting an unassailable lead from there.
And for KT Rolster, it's about staying as far away from that as you can. Last game was very calm all through the mid game. It was one late game fight that exploded and just ended everything in the blink of an eye. And if KT have their way and can make the game happen that way, then that's what they'll play for. But we'll see if IG can manage to get their bearings, find their footing, and finish what they started 2 games ago, or if the reverse sweep dream will be completed by Korea's #1 seed. You can hear the crowd. It's appropriate excitement. It's game number 5.
The team designed to win Worlds, who built themselves around Score and have come back a second year for a shot at the title, have fought their way back in this best of 5 from the slimmest of margins, 2 auto attacks away to even footing here. But Invictus Gaming are not finished. They have had an outstanding showing here so far.
Remember that each of these teams throughout regular play in groups only dropped a single game. Invictus Gaming did drop a second one in groups.
Rookie went so fast out of base, he did not actually buy an item.
Game 5 did not purchase here. He's gonna have to recall. Someone needs to tell him he did not get items.
Rookie, this is not where you want to be, buddy.
He's probably going back to base anyway.
This should mean that
he's not recalling.
Forced out, and no, he's going to stay with no item, it looks to be. This means that a late invade is just huge value for KT. They know the mid laner can't really respond.
Hoofing it back.
All the way back to his inhibitor turret for a severely delayed lane phase now. And already KT Rolster just opening up this game with a smile on their faces.
I want to say though, in spite of all this, it's smart from IG to say, we cannot defend anything. We don't have a mid laner. Let's try to get vertical jungling. Let's get ourselves a big buff. They've got the red buff here, but Rookie only hits the minion wave now.
Rookie gets in there, and Yukao did everything he could to shove that wave out as fast as possible, make his opponent miss a couple of creeps worth of EXP. That is just a tragic way to start this 5th and final game for IG.
And the counter jungling continues for Score, knowing he has full control of this side of the map. Takes away the wolves. He's going to finish up the Gromp here as well and force Kindred into a top side dual jungling here.
Do remember that Ning has no information at all as to where Score is. He could have gone any path. He's on a fairly fast farming jungler. So actually just taking the enemy blue is a huge risk. And we know there is in fact a Ghost Porro, I believe, from Smeb on the blue buff.
In addition, this is a game where his mid laner did not buy items at the start, had a very delayed lane phase, is slightly behind in experience. So he is going to get the blue. But how long will he stick around? Because this time around, of course, Score finished off all camps. Looks like he is going to try at least for the Gromp. Hasn't cleared away the Poro yet, though. Doesn't know there's anything inside that brush.
Thought for a second about the Wolves, decided against it. Greed is a deadly sin. Didn't want to commit that one today. Gets himself out of town and back towards his own half of the map, which unfortunately only has a couple chickens hanging around towards that base.
And while there are no kills for or against the Kindred, her path was very telegraphed, and we already mentioned that we like IG playmaking early, getting leads early, snowballing in this game number 5. So even if that's all that's abated, you'll take it if you're KT Rolster.
KT Rolster, man, this team that, as you guys said, was built to conquer the highest summits in competitive League of Legends. The Korean super team made their way here, looked so good in groups, looked so dominant, especially in that first round robin. And now they've been taken the full distance by Invictus Gaming. Truly a team that wants to represent their region well, especially with Worlds being in Korea this year, being the #1 seed from Korea. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders, and that's their cross to bear in this 5th and final game. The man on your screen right now, the one who bears so much of that weight on his own, Deft, having to jump away. Balon trying to go in and finally engage, but a good job by Deft disengaging.
Timing window on the rocket jump out of the headbutt pulverize is very finite, but this is Deft, and he's able to pull that one off there. Do notice that he's gone for a change in rune. He's actually gone fleet footwork for a bit more sustain. Doesn't have a Tom Kench this time. Ning still wants to get that snowball going, but we already mentioned that if you're in one of these hard matchups like Syndra or LeBlanc as Yukal, you're more than willing to give up some CS.
Yukal gets himself stunned up here. Ning finds a little bit of damage. You won't get a kill there, but you might as well help your mid laner find a more favorable trade and then get back to the jungle.
Yeah, a bit of a forced gank because he had no camps spawned at that moment. Wants to make use of his positioning there. A little bit of damage onto Yukal, but he will 75. Just brush it off. It is Urgot chugging on the corrupting potion. Rookie right now, though, does have the extra charge waiting. We'll see if he can actually get anything out of that small advantage, because Ning now camps at respawn, should return to clearing the jungle.
And we should indicate that we would expect this matchup, if there was no level 1 lack of buy from Rookie, to be even more one-sided. He's up about a minion wave for the majority of these last couple of minutes. It would have been more if he was in lane and Ning's pathing didn't have to be so transparent to the enemy. So even though it looks like a significant lead for Rookie, it's much smaller than it could be.
It's quite good for a score in the early game, too, to get more levels in your threaded volley as Talia. Some of the nerfs were targeted at the scaling on that ability, lowering the cooldown significantly now. He's level 5 and has been able to sink 3 into it. Feels much more confident in taking fights. Ning as well, though, on the Kindred, trying to stack up here.
Yeah, Ning's doing a good job staying caught up. He's 1 camp behind, considering the fact that he had no mid laner and got set kind of in an awkward spot at level 1.
Only a single stack, which was the Rift Scuttler from the level 1 spawn on the top side. Since then, a little bit frustrated. I'm sure Score understands that, ending a game with, I believe, 3 marks earlier in this particular Worlds 2018. But the shopping continues. It wasn't Klepto, by the way. It was very respectful from Smeb. He's just gone for a grasp of his own in the top side. He'll be able to control the wave and be very competitive in wave clear, and that's where Sion usually picks up an advantage over especially tank matchups. It's just his sheer amount of push.
Yeah, KT Rolster have 2 sort of mid-line champions here in Urgot and Swain, which both get extremely tanky as the game goes on, but not traditional tanks themselves. So they will be damage threats, and that is going to be, fairly difficult as far as navigating these team fights, and especially we did mention later on the Kindred interactions. So we'll keep an eye on Ning, who's actually gone for a slightly aggressive jump over the back of the Dragon Pit wall to get some vision into the river. Those can be punished from time to time if you happen to walk into the enemy jungler without your Q to get back over. Not going to be the case here, though, and he is able to actually converge on Yukal again.
Sweeping through the river, just making sure nobody's got eyes on him. Wants to try to get an angle here, but that Urgot is playing safe enough. The play's not going to happen just yet. We talked about IG wanted to get things rolling, and so far in 7.5 minutes of play, nothing has come up from either side.
Urgot really wanted to stop Rookie from freezing, who's frozen the wave, as you can see, pretty well. Now in the mid lane.
Yukal flashing off to the side, trying to get himself away with a disdain. The chains are coming in. Ning's looking to finish this one off. Yukal taken very low, down to 0, and first blood's over to Rookie.
Yep, notice how Rookie does not use his ultimate for more burst damage right off the bat. Saves it for the extra chain here to ensure the kill. Does hold him in place long enough. Ning flashing in on the Kindred can provide the extra damage. And in the end, it is still Invictus Gaming. It is still Rookie who finds the first blood gold.
So important with the snowball comp we were mentioning. The Scuttle Crab fight is probably going to be won by Kindred. We'll find out later. We see the replay here. The fact that the first root arms allows the secondary one to hit. Ning flashes in, and they wanted this earlier as bot lane.
Bottom lane getting into that 2v2. Zaya ulti comes out, Def popping a heal, giving himself safe. Stun comes down, Jackie Love is disengaged on there. Can't recall the feathers in a way that catches Def in a bad spot. Both AD carries taking a beating.
He did use his ultimate for extra damage in this trade. We may see that punish. That's definitely going to be something you want to keep track of the cooldown as we move forward. Because the heal as well burned from Jackie Love. Also for Def though. And as well, both the supports with their combat summoners used.
Flash is still up on all 4 members in the bottom lane should the rest of the teams decide they want to focus down there. King moving on to blue buff number 2, saying, all right, mid laner, you've got an item this time. We're gonna make sure that we keep you in a good spot. As Rookie walks back towards that mid lane, sees a control ward he can try to clear out. As Yukao contemplates whether or not this is a fight that he really wants to get any closer to.
All about acceptable losses here for KT. Again, negating mid laner, just a farming top laner. It's all about IG to keep up the pace, and after the first kill, Yukao will keep playing back, keep building into the Phage and thus the Black Cleaver, and we'll see what the next move is from IG. We'll have the onus on them, and they're starting up the Drake.
All right, have at it then, because the setup has been laid. 2,500 health left on it, they're going!
Now the Braum in some trouble. Mata trying to get himself away. Glacial Fissure going to be used for the disengage. Mata still in a lot of trouble, taken down. ID's able to find kill number 1. TP going to be channeled here. It does go all the way through. The Shy makes his way into the fight, but it's already Drake plus kill for IG.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a successful Drake play. The Shy completing the teleport, looking for the follow-up play here, means that he will have to run all the way back to lane. His ultimate will come up fairly soon. Maybe he can use that to get the extra distance. Regardless, it is just going to be maybe half of a minion wave or a full minion wave that is sent into the turret as payment.
A little bit bizarre that he actually completed the teleport with the ult down, because the ult would probably be the extra oomph to get some catches. Seems like he just got the call to complete it, didn't cancel it. We'll get back to the minion wave, but it does allow a clean Rod of Ages buy time to come through from Smeb.
Smeb getting the Rod of Ages up and running. 10 minutes, 45 seconds in. Means just after 20 minutes, that thing will be fully stacked and online in terms of the power that it brings. But KT find themselves down over 1,000 gold now. Let's go back again to what you guys were talking about with the snowballs, with how IG wants to get ahead early game. Are they on track? If not, how much more does this need to go in their favor?
What I want to see is less about how many more kills they get quickly. Obviously 10 would be wonderful, but about how they turn some of the little item advantages they're eking out with the kills into vision control, into areas of the map where KT can't play. We're seeing Ning just accelerate through that and try to solo down the Rift Herald, but any vision they can turn would be big.
Yeah, this is a bit cheeky as far as this Rift Herald start. So he did pop his sweeper. He knows there's no ward inside, but if he steps too close to the entrance, Smeb already coming to check.
Smeb's going to see Ning in there. Shelly down to 2,500 HP. The Shy making his way down to the fight. Remember the Scion ulti not available for this one. Ning takes down Shelly, grabs himself the 100 gold. Smeb goes into the ulti. Ning could just jump over the wall to get himself away here. We'll see if they decide to go after this one any further. Over the wall they go. Lambda Spike going to be used, but there you go. That's how you catch yourself a big one, as now we're going to see Rookie have to jump himself away too.
Absolutely beautiful combo right there. I was just waiting on tiptoes to see if they could actually land that never move. As soon as it does, you see no hesitation from Yukao. Immediately, Urgot ultimate, yank the Kindred out of the ultimate, put him into the grinder. That's payment for the Rift Herald. Rookie's gonna go pick it up though. I still maintain, by the way, you can crack an egg by sitting on it.
Okay, I'm still not sure as to why you're wanting to crack the egg if you're the bird. Anyway, we're going to go right back into the fight here. Score makes his way into top side. Weaver's Wall forces a flash out of the Shy, and IG back themselves away.
Yeah, LeBlanc very well situated to go pick up that Rift Herald Eye. So at least they will retain it. And now he's trying to make a play on top side.
Charging in with that Scion ultimate, but it's going to be TP coming in from KT to try to turn this fight around. Smeb is very low on mana. Keep that in mind. The Shy's still going to be on the front line, trying to soak up damage. He knows he's dead. Goes into the passive form and immediately runs for farm.
Seems like the side of IG did not respect the teleport that was up on Urgot. Got collapsed, and very quickly Rookie said, oh, can we find a 1-for-1? Because definitely one member was going to go down. That was just a little lapse in judgment. We've seen 2 already, the misbuy, and then leaving up that opening for the collapse.
2 quick kills for KT Rolster, killing jungler and top laner in quick succession. And now mid lane might be under attack.
Ning back in that mid lane. Looking for Yukao yet again. He's been putting a lot of effort into trying to get Rookie rolling, and can you blame him? Rookie is the one that you would depend on. If you had to pick one of these 5 guys to really be the one who carries this series, Rookie would have to be at least near the top of
Now watch IG, bot side, they are trying to establish controls while the assist pings came out of depth. He can't actually walk up to this turret without big threat of dying. Score is here.
Oh, coming down as well. Multiple members from IG wanting to make the rotation down here to maybe make something happen. Ning jumps back out, steals away a couple of Krugs for his time. Yukao gets bound up by Rookie as both the mid laners were also thinking about roaming down towards this one. Drake not live for another 2 minutes, so nothing to fight over in the river just yet, as Deft is going to continue pushing up, saying, get these things away from my turret as fast as possible.
And look at that control. Invictus Gaming know they have a small timing window to look for that play. Because it passes, they immediately reset here. Now, the rewards for pulling off something like that can be huge, since they do have the Eye of the Rift Herald, which Rookie was able to recover. However, if they overextend and they try that play as Score and the rest of KT are heading down the lane, that would be a huge throw at this moment, and KT could go running off.
If you wonder at home why Ning actually stopped DPSing the Rift Scuttler there, it was because of the timing on the Infernal Drake spawn. They don't want to allow them to pick up a counter one and have the vision timeout at the wrong time, so just delaying it to decrease the chance that the Rift Scuttle and the movement speed and vision it provides actually ends up working against them if they lose bot side control with, say, a disconnected back timing or something fairly minor.
Gotta love seeing those little optimizations that are always in the players' minds. If on the back burner, if nothing else. The Score moves his way towards the top side, looking for a bigger kind of a play. Goes out the Weaver's Wall. They know the Scion doesn't have Flash this time. The Shy had to use it the last time around. As there goes the seismic shove. It's going to be interrupted by the ulti. Shy doing a good job so far, but is it going to be good enough? I do not think so. Demonic Ascension going to need to go off to find the kill there, as the Shy will finally fall. And Smed looks to get himself away, never move, to try to pull that rampaging zombie away from his teammate. But Shelly's going to be summoned up here in mid lane as Death's in some trouble. A beautiful flash to stay away. And Shelly claims one turret, but no additional lives.
Yeah, great move there from KT Rolster. The counter punch from Invictus Gaming will result in 2 turrets. Rift Herald definitely used effectively here, because they can also transition these mid and bottom turret takes into an Infernal Drake for themselves. So Invictus Gaming, off the back of that, because there's so much time spent by KT Rolster and invested in the top lane, killing off the Scion, they are able to strike back.
It's a huge advantage to the side of IG.
Yeah.
2 turrets and also the Infernal. Rookie was looking to see if Def would take a very proactive path through the red side jungle. He doesn't. He's still on the prowl, though. They have no idea where Rookie is, and everyone here needs to be safe. Score could just be bursted down.
Oh, Rookie is waiting. Score will just farm up the Krugs. Not going to go anywhere near that brush just yet, but maybe Def walks a little bit too close. There's still a ward here. Yukao nearby means Rookie's second thinking this one. Nope, he'll decide to go back.
All right, let's take another look at the top lane play here from KT Rolster. Started off, the Shy is going to use his ultimate right there. Doesn't want to get pushed back with the Talia seismic shove. Then afterwards, he gets off his grasp auto attack at the same time. He activates the shield to live longer, but it's not going to be enough. Smed was able to take up the turret the entire time.
I really liked watching the mini-map on that play, because obviously we saw the kill happen earlier. It was all about Rookie trying to make a counterplay and threaten to dive bot lane. Then when he realized the pace of that wasn't going to work, just uses his mobility to snap back, put down that Rift Herald. Not many champions can threaten to dive bot lane, but also be mid lane to put down the Rift Herald. And in the end, it ends up being a positive trade overall, if not for more kill credit going to the side of KT.
Also do kind of like the heads-up play there from the Shy, even though he did die in the end. Buying more time by using his unstoppable ultimate and quickly canceling it so he doesn't get pushed back and killed quicker. Every little second that you buy as you're going down allows for more of those objectives to be taken by your team. So part of that was due to the delay. Now back out on the top side. These turrets on the outer side all falling in quick succession.
Oh yeah, IG knocking down the whole set. Easy peasy 1, 2, 3 easy as KT finally gets themselves on the objective board, taking down their first turret of the game there in the bottom side. We'll see what else they can find as pings are coming out towards the top lane from them. Ning back in his jungle, farming up here, grabbing the red buff, level 11 on this Kindred. has the Warrior completed, working on the Zeal evolution. Next, you can see big items coming up for everybody now. That Swain Rod of Ages almost done stacking. A lot of Magic Pen on Talia. Score has the ability to do plenty of damage in these fights. And if you look at the AD carries, it's Stormrazor and working on crit now for both. Those builds will look very similar as this game goes on. And 18 minutes in, guys, we are firmly into the mid-game. We're 1 minute away from when Baron is live.
But we're at a very even point. Remember, in the previous game, we had 3-turret lead to KT, and we wondered how they were going to close from there. They had very strong split pushers. Here they have a LeBlanc who has kill threat but no teleport, and a Sion that takes a lot longer to kill turrets, even though he's invested in a Sheen again. There isn't the same turret pressure, so actually just making map moves, which is not necessarily IG's biggest strength, are going to be slower compared to the pace KT was able to set up.
Yeah, KT Roaster are being very respectful of the fact that Invictus Gaming have taken full control of the red quadrant of their jungle. Nobody venturing in to get picked by this LeBlanc, by this Kindred that have been waiting through those brush. Topside, they try and answer, but it looks like they're making a full commitment from Invictus Gaming to try and catch Yukao.
TP gonna be used from two sides. Smed makes his way up here, throws out the never move defensively. Make sure KT doesn't lose a member for nothing. All
Reason
right.
this play comes in, Flowers, is because Yukal had changed over to exhaust. There's no target to exhaust, so he couldn't actually get over to change his summoner in that place. They say, okay, let's attack him and try to take him down in the top lane. Teleport comes through, it bails out the play, but you understand why IG invested, but they invested a lot, and now they have to back away with no teleport and no ultimate on the Sion.
So at least they stuck with the chase to get the teleport also out of Smeb in the end. Again, that turret on top side is very low though, so KT could return fairly quickly to that objective.
KT have 1 minute 45 seconds before the next Infernal Drake spawns. Their opponents have controlled both Elemental Drakes so far, and you would think that they would at least be considering contesting the next one. Still down 1,500 gold, though. We'll see how the map state ends up telling the story there, as IG will collect themselves another Scuttlecraft.
That is the fourth stack, actually, importantly for Nings, who gets the extra range, 75 extra range, nothing to sniff at, especially because the threat range here is about 600, right? With things like the Swain ultimate, with Score and Yukal, very much mid-range champions. Only Death has long-range threat. Exhaust use, just a cycle here. If you're wondering, Yukal will have his teleport back up. But this is the point KT wanted to stabilize for when they went for this draft. They wanted to lose the minimum, farm out, get 10 stack Rod of Ages, and second items coming, and then the 5v5 becomes extremely execution reliant on the side of IG. It's definitely possible, but when you think about 100 times the two teams run into each other, you definitely give the lead to the side of KT Rolls.
There's definitely a lot of possibilities for Invictus Gaming, considering the hard engage of Alistar and Sion. Definitely a very beefy front line to work behind. So we'll see if they can utilize that effectively. This entire time, Rookie has been looking for these picks on LeBlanc through the mid-game. Hasn't been able to find anybody wandering into a bad spot quite yet. Yukao going very aggressive.
Not a lot of armor onto the Shy, so he's going to get a decent chunk off here. You'll notice it is magic resist he's largely opted into.
That's a very good trade for Yukal. Remember, Yukal also has the TP for a Drake fight. No TP available for the Shy. So that is one edge that'll go the way of KT Rolster as they start rotating bodies down towards that neutral objective. Scuttlecraft Vision about to wear out there for IG just as the Drake rears his head. We'll see how the fight plays out. Both sides squaring up. TP coming in. The Shy working his way down here. Hoofing it the hard way as Yukal finally gets here, and now it's time to go. Drake down to half HP. KT wants to contest. It's the flank coming in from IG. The Shy wants to show up. Smeb's going to be taken down to half. Beautiful burst from Rookie to keep him away. And that means IG is able to find themselves the Drake. Can KT make anything happen here? Or is this IG's fight? Balon's going to be looking to initiate very, very far forward. And Smeb's going to be in the back line, nearly taken down, but instead going to be kept alive. Demonic Ascension making sure he stays healthy. Jackie goes into the ultimate. Death down to about half HP. IG doing a little bit of work onto these KT health bars, but nothing too serious onto either side just yet. They'll both disengage it, but it's still a win for IG so far because they did get that Drake for themselves. Deft still trying to get in as many of these little single shots as he can, but both sides are going home.
Interesting separation there. You know, Def's ultimate forced out by Rookie playing super aggressively. Then Jackie Love blows his, trying to join the rest of his front line, causing both of these teams to disengage. Again, though, the Dragon goes to Invictus Gaming. Continually the story here throughout this series, and that one, a powerful one.
For sure, and it was fascinating to watch this Drake chicken happening, where we saw when the Shy walked up as Scion, you saw the team fight going the way of IG if he got backline access. I'm a little surprised that with so many ults down, Score didn't try to modify the battlefield with a kind of combat use of the Weaver's Wall to either separate fully the Shy or try to interrupt some of the setups from IG. He conserves that, but the moment that we saw the Shy threatening, KT have to pull back, they lose the Infernal, and for the win of the spoils there for IG.
And I really like how IG has played this game so far. We said they need to have a strong mental going into Game 5, that they need to reset the last 2 games, and hey, they've come into Game 5 playing a solid early game, playing safe, not doing too many goofy things, giving their opponents freebies. They look like they're making a solid effort here at the end.
They're laying the tension on very thick in this series. Could easily go either way at this moment with the setup from the teams on both sides. That looks like a very good, setup from Invictus Gaming with tanks in a very strong position, but we'll have a good fight there from KT to open up an avenue through the mid lane. Let's see if we get a round number 2 though, because Baron still on the table, cresting 25 minutes. The fight over Vision around that objective does start to heat up.
And remember, in game number 4, KT just scaled Deft to 5.5 items, then did a single team fight and took the Nexus. That's still always a win condition for the side of KT Rolster, as long as Deft isn't under any direct threat.
Also, keep your eyes on Rookie, continually fishing in this game. The one thing LeBlanc usually has to worry about when going for poke combinations is point and click CC. Now that is not available for KT Rolster, so Rookie can afford to continually look for these damaging combinations.
Mata trying to get himself away. Rookie's going to be taken very low, nearly punished for his sins there as he goes so aggressive, down to 200 HP. Jackie Love finding some free firing time onto the turret. Can't quite get the Blade Caller down into Deft as IG back themselves away.
That was very, very precise. A lot of clenching happened there, but no kill actually goes through. Deft will continue to walk up. Here's the Weaver's Wall.
Score fires off that wall. It's Jackie and the Shy on one side, everybody else on the other, and no play will come of it.
All right, we did get a full reset. Rookie's gone back to heal, so in the end, just Flash is traded with the support, but they're going in.
It's going to be a big team fight here. The Shy's jumping into the back line, seeing if maybe he can find some damage on to Score. Gets himself away for now, but Mata's going to be the first one killed in the fight overall. Rookie jumps back in. Going to be taken low once more. Lands the spike, goes down. Yukao looking to find somebody if he can. He tries to get away. The Harpoon won't find him. Shy's still going to be off to the side, tanking everything up. KT's so low, looking to get themselves out. Deft still free firing, still so high HP, but everyone gets out now, except for that one kill onto the KT support.
So many defensive flashes. In Game 5 on the world stage, you can tell no one wants to be the one to die first in the team fight. Mata is taken off the table, but KT Rolster then push and take over the Kindred ultimate, thus healing themselves and using it to their advantage.
Every flash is on cooldown except for Jackie Love. We watch the fight. Braum is separated in the front. If IG had Rookie at the start, they would have won this fight in the landslide, but KT wouldn't have walked up as easily. As you say, you take over the little heal that comes through here. They look for the flash ultimate while none register. Remember that Smith doesn't have stopwatch, hasn't bought one, and did not start the game with one. So without a Zonias, he can't actually occupy space as well as he will later. And there is that stopwatch he desperately wanted in that fight.
So much damage from the AD carries this time around. They're scaling, boys.
Everybody was playing with house money in that last team fight. Now, no flashes left except for Jackie Love. Every commitment really going to count in the next team fight. Unless they wait, over 5 minutes for all those to come back.
Which could happen.
It could happen. I don't see that being the case as they are already skirmishing over these control wards to try and establish dominance. Right now, though, Invictus Gaming hard push down mid lane, and this turret is low.
IG have the advantage in that their AD carry has an infinity edge. Their opponent's does not. Very big difference between those two states, as now IG have themselves a 4-turret to 2-turret lead, and will look to rotate through the bottom side enemy jungle.
A nice play by IG, making the sort of macro plays that KT have previously. Considering a turret dive again. They're largely going to be focused on, of course, the turret. Falls very low, but they might be able to keep it up.
Weaver's wall comes out. Shy separated on it, but that's not the kind of guy you can initiate onto. Turret at 5% HP. Not really a great target to try to defend on, but KT still might try it. Def getting himself back. Probably wants to go grab that Infinity Edge, says this is not a fight we win without it.
Oh, Invictus Gaming can also retreat to a Mountain Drake #4. This one puts even more pressure on that Baron. KT Rolster already pinging over to the Baron, knowing that IG have allocated everyone to the bottom side of the map, and this might force a stop to the reset.
And the timer is critical for when that Drake falls, because it means the Elder is the next one spawning by about 4 seconds. 35 minutes in, that'll be on the board. We'll see how that happens as KT will occupy the Baron area, setting up vision for themselves. IG looking to approach. Blue Trinket down in the pit. We'll make sure nothing's going on.
Person who autos is pretty relevant, as so far no one has, ends up being Score. People don't want to reveal their position. Rookie looking for a pick. They have so many aggressive control wards on the bottom side, and let's draw attention to an item choice here. He's gone Infinity Edge onto this Kindred. This is a burst Kindred and a burst LeBlanc. They don't care who's up the front. They want to kill him fast.
Ning with the shout out to everyone questioning his champion pool. He is going full DPS Kindred here. I hadn't even seen the ramp up, Papa Smithy, until you get hit in the face with the final combination here. But with the pace of this game, that definitely pays off. This Kindred will output tremendous damage. Another pure carry here for the Invictus Gaming team fight. Double, crits will be coming through. It does mean that he doesn't get the semi-defensive items, like the extra health from Black Cleaver or the easy Hex Drinker build or something like that. It's full offense here. The back line will rely on those key abilities like his ultimate.
Usually a Kindred player has their hand near the cookie jar. He's right in there. He's caught red-handed, but he'll either get a big handful or he'll die instantly. And that is the duality of going for those risky builds. The flashes here are so important for KT. You see an item choice like that, and you are deathly afraid of the burst on the side of IG.
Speaking of flashes, Kobe said, next fight. There's no flashes available, but ladies and gentlemen, next fight is going to be potentially with all flashes up again. The cooldowns will be coming up here very soon. Rookie over the wall once again, just looking, seeing what he can find. KT maintaining a defensive posture. The Shy wants to go in, looking to maybe find Score. He drifts himself around, but now he has to get back. Gonna lose half HP immediately. Score's gonna be taken not even that low. They get the harpoon down into Baolan, but they won't be able to find enough damage to get the execute. The Shy barely gets himself away, pops the shield to stay safe. Score does a nice wall, keeping Baolan isolated from the rest of the team. He throws him back with a seismic shove and takes down that support.
Beautiful wall there from Score to cut off Baolan and ensure that they have the 5v4 advantage now on this push on mid.
Jackie Love is very far forward, throws out the feathers, keeping himself safe. Taken down to half HP by 2 auto attacks from Def, who now has to jump away from Rookie trying to go in here as well. KT has the 5v4 advantage, but health bars at half on some critical members means it might not be as important as it looks. Shy's gonna take some damage. Rookie looks to go in, does get the passive pop. Shy's still gonna be soaking. Root comes down, damage goes through. Jackie's able to find 2 big kills. Jackie Love just found everybody, and that's gonna be a triple for IG. They're gonna find everyone. It's KT Ace.
That is insane! He just runs right up to the front line. Jackie Love comes up huge just when they needed it.
You
right down the front.
that nobody wants to be the one flashing forward to make the mistake in Game 5. Jackie says, I'll flash forward. I will be the hero in this fight. And IG win the fight because of it.
No minions means the backdoor bonus kicks in for the turret. Too much armor, and they are going to take the Baron. The game is not over yet.
It is not over yet, but was that a cataclysmic fight that IG were able to win? Excellent positioning from Jackie Love, who was questioned by all sides. China, Korea, and around the world. They get the Baron, and IG might be able to stick the landing with a team fight like this.
Here he uses his ultimate, so he avoids the last tick there of the stun from Braum passive. Then Rookie is going to go in first. You'll see him draw the exhaust cooldown out as they go for the initial prodding check here on the team fight. All right, here's the start of it. Mata goes in. They try and stun up the Shy. There's the exhaust goes down. It's a reset from Invictus Gaming, and then Jackie Love jumps on Score, kills both backline carries, Blade Caller roots Mata, and opens up the space for an Invictus Gaming Game 5 quarterfinal setup.
That is the sort of opportunism that cost Jackie Love many times, but in that case, it may win them a close-knit best of 5 in the 5th game. That blows open the game. First meaningful gold lead, about 7,000.
Live by the Jackie, die by the Jackie, as IG are currently living large, 7,000 gold up. What looked like a big pick onto the support into a situation that might be KT favored has now quickly turned. If IG win a fight in the KT base, the game is over. The inhibitor turret will fall. Inhibitor now under siege. IG with victory in their eyes. The crowd supporting them. You can hear the chants for IG as the first inhibitor of the game goes down 34 minutes in.
Step number 1, kick down the door, completed for Invictus Gaming. Mid lane wide open, and 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the Baron buff to continue the destruction.
Really difficult for Score to walk up at all, working his way to as much magic resist as possible. He just bought a Negatron cloak. He can't wait for the Banshee Veil. He needs the magic resist now. Getting some free damage, but only on the Shy. IG knows a couple more picks. This game could end.
Yukao tries to get himself away from some damage. Mata going to be taken down to about half now as well. Deft wants to try to find the opportunity to shoot somebody, but with no front line, how are you going to do it? IG continuing to pressure up here. Inhibitor turret number 2 goes down. That one goes away courtesy of Ning. IG continuing to push. It's KT trying to hold on, find some sort of anything to grasp onto and keep this base standing. They know that they have to make their fight as Deft is almost down to half HP. Ning continues just finding a couple of cheeky autos onto the inhibitor itself as IG's push will not stop. Smeb takes a little bit of damage there. Rookie's gonna lose the clone, has to back away, nearly killed, but nearly's not gonna do it as the minions take down Nexus turret number 1. KT holds on, but barely.
KT Rolster were able to fend them off in game number 3. But IG have returned stronger this time, and it will be with the Elder Dragon buff that they return to the base.
This is why I pointed it out earlier, why it was so important that last elemental died after 29 minutes. It meant that if you got a lead in the next few, you could catapult it that much further with that big uber buff.
And this is the sort of comp that completely abuses a 4-stack Elder. Hurricane now onto the Kindred, 100% crit on the Kindred. The amount of threat here means you either trust in your first engage or you get killed on the back end of it. If you're not decisive, you will 100% lose to IG's comp.
There is no easy point-and-click, hard CC, any sort of lockdown for the LeBlanc poke. And Rookie has been so annoying, this thorn in the side of KT Rolster, constantly looking for those, but so much credit to that big play from Jackie Love in the critical team fight around mid lane for Invictus Gaming.
That was the play of the series, quite honestly. That put this game in IG's hands.
From the guy with so much on his shoulders to perform in a huge game like this means everything to them.
Let's see if Jackie and the rest of Invictus Gaming can end this game here. There's an inhibitor and a Nexus turret standing in their way, as well as the entirety of KT Rolster. But Smeb loses 2/3 of his health rather quickly. Score's gonna do the same as IG look like they're ready to put the final nails in the coffin here. They'll rotate around to mid lane, clear those minions out, and head up towards top side to do this as cleanly and methodically as possible.
Just leaving KT with the wreckage of their base. One rotation from Rookie, not even a full all-in, does over half the health of Smeb, who only now gets access to stasis again with the Zonias. He's gonna need it, but you have to imagine there's gonna have to be some heroic engage by a Braum of all people to actually get some lockdown onto IG.
Elder Dragon for another 45 seconds. You think IG would want to try to fight with it if they could, and for KT, you just want to stay the hell away as long as that buff persists. 30 seconds more to go, and IG is heading straight for the base.
All that's left is the top lane inhibitor turret. Shy does get pulled in, but they can just walk him back out.
Lord Dominic's just completed, so the Shy finally is taking relevant damage from the Justana. It will poke him out, but he could teleport back in if he wants. A full reset here 2 inhibitors down. Mid lane inhibitor, if you'll notice in the bottom left corner, about a minute left before it respawns.
5.5 items on Death's Tristana. That was the win condition last time around. Can they do it again? KT Rolster, Elder Dragon is gone from their opponents. This could be the final stand. Weaver's wall comes out. The Shy's gonna be separated. Rookie comes over the wall, finds a little bit of damage. Not gonna be a whole lot just yet. Shy taking a whole lot of pain. Down to about 1/3, but 1/3 will not do it.
Yeah, you need to get him to 25%, then you use your Urgot ultimate to try and finish someone off. That was dangerously close to the execution line. Yukao did not use the cooldown though, so they still have it.
Rookie takes a little bit of damage. Mata firing off the Glacial Fissure. Shy still gonna be tanking up on the front. Balon goes into ulti mode, also gonna be absorbing a lot of hits. Scores off to the side, but KT don't have their chance to go in. And look at the base. This is where the fruits of the earlier labor from IG start to pay off. Inhibitor in mid lane will be respawning, but KT will also have to defend it. The base stays intact, and KT stays afloat for now.
That last point is so important because they get the respawn on the mid lane inhibitor. There won't be 2 super minion waves walking up, so because of the timing and not losing top inhibitor, there's a potential contest for Baron, but definitely not one they prepped earlier. So with all those conditional risks, let's see what KT wants to do.
KT don't have many options available to them. It's time to throw caution to the wind and try and force that fight. IG waiting.
It's Baron about to be ready. It's the Shy going in. Score getting himself back. Shy gonna be tanking up on the front line, stunned up, juggled back, seismic shove, right back into the lines. KT Rolster, they're able to find a massive fear. Shy's gonna be taken down. Balon's gonna be frontlining now. Shy trying to find the passive damage. Score looks to get himself away, goes into the stasis, keeps himself alive for now, trying to get back. Mata also gonna be barely living now. Seismic shove looking for Jackie Love, can't quite find it. It's Jackie grabbing the kill onto Smeb. It's Jackie looking to find the kill to Yukao. It's Jackie who can't quite get him. And KT hobbles away. Rookie wants to chase, but can't find anyone.
They have to defend their base though, so that means Baron does go over to Invictus Gaming. Even though it's a 1-for-1 kill trade, this means they will return with Baron buff.
But so many different statesmen at the end of the game that Baron just dies and accepts its fate and gives itself over to Invictus Gaming. The turret here next to the Nexus doesn't go down. KT have had just the longest leashes so many times this series to not hang themselves. They're still in this one, but IG feels like more often than not, they're eking out an advantage in these 5v5s.
KT wanted to snowball that early kill on the Invictus Gaming frontline into a teamfight victory. You can see Yukao flashing into the rest of the team for the fear, but it's Sion. The Sion passive allowing the Shy to get back up and continue to do his duty even after being killed.
The eternal vanguard of Invictus Gaming, making sure the reset couldn't happen, keeping Invictus in a spot where now they continue to hold the reins of this game in their hands. 12,000 gold up, Baron buff, active, mid lane, under siege, KT, under pressure. This could be the end of the entire series.
It sounds like all of China are backing Invictus Gaming as they are on the precipice of taking down the Korean #1 seed.
The Shy wants to go forward. Rookie jumps in, finds a little bit of damage. IG gonna be kept back for now. The Weaver's wall goes in. It's gonna be Jackie Love eating some shots from Death, but Score looks to get himself away. Ning finds the auto attack and Score is gone. This should be it. Ning's able to grab that kill, and that means the fight continues even further forward. See if maybe they can find something else. It's Lamb's Despite, keeping Invictus Gaming topped off. They're gonna be just fine. Death really gets himself away. Rookie's got the chain. KT Rolster has fallen, and Invictus Gaming will do what has not been done since 2014. They will eliminate the Korean first seed, and they will move on to the semifinals.
They've done it. Invictus Gaming take down one of the tournament favorites, an all-star team here put together. And with big plays from every single member.
every single LPL fan was waiting to see Invictus Gaming in the clutch again and again, not able to perform, and Jackie Love, the chief onus of criticism has been on him. He performs on this day. They get to bow to the Busan crowd here. They deserve their victory over the course of a long extended best of 5. They were the better team more often than not.